Okay, I'd like to call this council meeting to order. Would you please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody's here, so is there any additions or deletions?
No.
Okay.
Come in.
Hello. Oh, my phone.
Showing your age.
Somebody'd like to approve the minutes of the council meeting of March 24th, the work session minutes for April 7th, council special meeting for April 9th, executive session for April 9th, 2025.
I move we approve the minutes for these meetings as presented.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Moving on to reports. Councilwoman Colling.
Just a couple of things. High school had their prom, and they were up at the parish hall decorating it all up. It looked like everybody had a good time.
Sounds like they did.
Yeah. And then I attended the County Municipal Joint Powers Board quarterly meeting
In Glen Rock.
in Glen Rock. Russ was there, and Bruce was there, and I was there. And so I'll leave some of that for them. There was some good information. The sheriff wanted to remind everybody that there's a lot of fraud going on, and people are getting ripped off, particularly with frauds from texts and internet stuff. And so don't fall for it. Don't give anybody any money. The police department nor the sheriff's department will send you a text and tell you you're under arrest. So don't hand money to people. And and there's also a fraud out there in reference to you were on somebody's tollway and you've got a toll fine.
Got that one.
Yeah, I get that one about once a week. So just ignore and delete those.
I about answered that one because I just got off of the toll road in Denver before.
So, and that was the only meeting that I attended in the last week. So,
Okay. Councilwoman Nunn.
Yes, I got a little maybe money back instead of money taken from you information. The county had their tax meeting here a couple, 3 weeks ago, and they gave us some information that was rather interesting. The value of the county, 73% is oil, 1% is commercial, 4% is residential, industry is 8%, agriculture is 1%, which I found a bit surprising, lights and power 2%, gas 8%, railroads 2%, pipeline 1%. And how the taxes are spent, 75.80% goes to school, county general fund gets 20.26%, and the municipalities and the special districts get approximately 3% to spend. That was kind of interesting. And this is where you might get some money back. The exemption property tax relief program was presented. There are 3 specific programs here that might interest people. The first one was the Veterans Program. May 26th is the deadline. You go to the assessor's office. If you have any questions, go down there and ask them. There's a long-term homeowners tax relief. You must apply no later than May 26th. Applicants or spouse must be 65 years or older at the time of the application. Applicants or spouse must have paid Wyoming residential taxes for at least 25 years at the time of the application, and owner must reside in the primary residence for no less than 8 months of the year. and exemption of 50% of the assessed valuation of the residential structure and up to 35 acres of residential improved land. This exemption is for the tax year 25 and 26 and then will sunset. If you think or if you know of anyone that might have any idea that they could get that, go down to the assessor's office. They will explain it to you, and it could be kind of a nice thing to have. Then the next thing that's coming up are the property tax refunds. The state property tax refund, the deadline is June 2nd. You need to go to the treasurer's office if you want to apply for that one. And you must own your home, have paid your taxes, been a resident of Wyoming for 5 years, and occupied the residence for not less than 9 months of the year. There is some personal assets that they look at, but again, go down to the treasurer's office, ask them. They'll be glad to explain it to you. They'll even be glad to fill out the form for you. You just sign on the line and off you go. And then the second one of a money-back program is the county program. And again, you have to own your home, been a resident for 5 years, occupied the residence for 9 months of the year, paid your taxes. There are some considerations of income and of assets, but the best thing to do for that is, again, to go down to the treasurer's office, ask them to explain it. The deadline for this one is October 14th. Last year, the average county refund was $524. The average state refund was $676. So if you think you can get it, you think you qualify, or you know of anyone that might, get down to these offices, ask a couple questions. They'll be glad to help you. They'll be glad to fill out the paperwork for you, and you'll be in business. Just don't miss the deadlines. That's the most important thing. Homeowners is long-term, May 26th. State property tax refund, June 2nd. County tax refund, October 14th. And you can apply for both the state and the county at the same time and sit back and hope you get a check in the mail. And one other thing of interest was that the mainstream people had 155 volunteer hours in March. That's a fine group of people putting in a lot of hours to try to help our community be a better place to live. That's it.
Councilman Kincaid.
Not much tonight, just real busy with school activities, spring and seniors and graduation, so I'm working a lot at school on that right now. Stuff coming up for next month, 5 weeks. So.
Councilman Delger.
I don't have anything. I was going to talk about some of the things Margaret did, and she took care of them, so I guess we're good. Thanks, Margaret.
Did I make any mistakes?
No, you were good. I filled out my paperwork.
Tammy, clerk.
I was going to ask, did anybody attend the meeting on Friday on the wind farm projects? Wasn't there like a town hall meeting at the library?
That was with Representative
Campbell?
Campbell up at the library. I did not make that, but I have been bombarded by all the executives and accounting or the firms that are trying to promote that today, wanting to have a meeting next week here in Glen Rock.
Promoting the project?
We're trying to promote, their CEO and everybody's going to be here.
So nobody attended that we know of?
I didn't know about it.
It's at 6 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah.
The next one, Bruce?
What?
The next one is at 6 o'clock on Friday?
No.
Well, the one was this last Friday at 6.
You know when the next one is?
Right now, if those guys will be here, would probably be, I don't know, wait a second, I look at my phone. They sent me an invite on it, so.
With mine going.
And we're talking about the H2 project? Is that
Yeah,
what we're talking about?
It would be here at 1:30 on Monday. Sorry. Monday the 21st.
Here at the town hall,
We'll be here at Town Hall, yes.
1:30, Monday the 21st.
And that's with the executives?
Yes. Paul Martin is their CEO. He's a gentleman that represents all of them, and Michael Noonan, I believe Michael Noonan will be here also, so I wanted to come have a little discussion after not being very nice to him in front of the elected officials at the SLIB board meeting. a couple weeks ago, so they want to come talk. I said, would have
You
been nice if you came
specifically?
and talked to us 4 years ago.
Okay.
But we could attend that.
Yeah, if you'd like to, yes.
Okay. I was just wondering how that went. I hadn't heard anything. I just finally gathered up all the allocation requests and all the stuff, the financials I've received, and handed them over to Kelly. I've been working a little bit on my budget. The Corbly Scholarship application is up. Those applications are due to me by May 9th. Choice gas selection time is here again. So this is the big year. It seems like we have an off year and a really, really busy year. So I've been receiving those, feels like by the truckload, getting all that information input. I've been working on, this is the time of the year for all of our renewals, like WARM, our cyber renewal, LGLP. So I've been working on some of that stuff, and then I did want to again talk about the next work session to make sure that May 5th was okay for you guys.
Tammy, what's the deadline for the choice gas selection?
The 21st, I believe. You have to have it to me by the 21st if you're going to bundle.
What was that date
The 21st.
of this
May 5th.
May?
Oh, of the work session?
No,
The date of
choice.
Choice gas.
21st.
That's 21st.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
21st of this month.
Thank you. Trying to confuse me, dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all I have.
okay. Kelly, treasurer.
Evening, excuse me, evening, Mayor and Council. Going to report, went to the National APT Board meeting and retreat in Grand Rapids. That was well worth the time. It was a very nice function, got to do a lot of tours and meet all the other board members. It was very worthwhile. I thank you all for the travel allowances to be able to go. Hard pressed doing budget now that I'm back, and trying to get final numbers in from everybody to where I can do final alterations for our meeting, and hopefully we can get through it in one night.
Okay.
That's all I have. Oh, one other thing. Hopefully it'll trend upwards. Historically it has, but this month's sales tax fell by about 27%. So that's not good.
There's
It is what
a
it is.
trend in it yearly, but that's
This
pretty
month
low.
is usually low.
Yeah.
John, Public Works.
Okay, I did get with Kelly today with what we have for a budget request. I think we're done with that part of it. Knife River's back in swing. They have laid the pipe across Birch on 6.5 Alley and got that completed. Well, they're still completing the manholes, but they've got it tied in and all the services tied in. They still have one more piece of pipe they need to lay from the end of 9th Street over across to Birch into the entrance of the clinic. So there'll be some chaos over there when they start doing that. They're going to open trench that, shut off half of Birch, do that work, then move over and shut off the other half and finish that work. So that's due, they said this week. We'll see by the end of the week that they'll start on that. We'll see.
What are they projecting for time on that?
They say they'll be done. I'm thinking they told me probably about a week and a half before they're across the street. So,
Okay.
but I don't know. We'll see.
So, sorry, John, which one of those entrances into the clinic will be closed?
It's going to be the east entrance.
East
I
entrance.
talked to
We'll be
the
kidding.
clinic. I put something on the web page, and Tammy did for me, and on Facebook. So we did try to notify some people, and I did talk to the clinic. So there'll probably be some confusion there, but
Nobody's ever went in the wrong way before, John.
well, they can go through the child care development. I guess we'll ask them for
Yeah.
permission. This week, the rest of this week, myself and 3 others will be attending the Rural Water Conference in Casper to get our credit hours. So we'll be doing that the rest of the week. That's about all I got.
Okay, thank you, John. Lyle, Building Inspector.
Evening, Mayor and Council. 24 building permits to date. Compliance, some compliance going on out there. Big Broom, starting to give handouts to worthy citizens. And that's about all I got.
When is Big Broom, Lyle?
May 5th through the 9th.
And trees, we'll be picking the trees up on the Friday before that and sometime by the afternoon. So they'll be available for the trees for trash that Friday. And then the following Monday we start Big Broom. So there'll be trees available until they run out.
Chevy, Town Square.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. And pretty much we have had just some spring cleaning up around the square, trimming up of the shrubs and the brushes, just some spring stuff to get the square all ready for the Easter event and also to get it ready for summer. And we had our Easter event this Saturday. It went really well. It was very well attended, and we had our Easter bunny.
You did a great job. It looked like an anthill down there.
There was
A lot of kids.
Was the Easter Bunny anyone we knew?
Yes. It was Cadence.
Oh,
And she rode one of the dinosaur scooters around as the Easter bunny. So it was fun.
Ruined Bob's Easter. You just ruined Bob's Easter.
We'll move on to Calder, Chief of Police.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Just wanted to, I guess, remind everybody, April 13th through the 19th is Communications Week. So if you happen to run into one of our dispatchers, I think we're truly blessed to have who we have. So, let them know, I guess, if you feel so inclined, that we appreciate their services. Ironically, it is also ACO Week, which is kind of funny to me because that's probably the one job that Stuart does not do within the department, as far as answering phones and running the radio. But if you see him as well, please feel free to give him a shout out. The department recently completed some refresher training in the use of force, as well as a nighttime shoot, or low light shoot as we call it. I personally completed a child safety seat belt technician or seat technician course. So that'll be something handy to have in the community. Getting a lot of feedback here. Wednesday, I'm going to be meeting with Senator Boner regarding some input on statute revisions. He reached out and asked if we could offer some input on that. So we'll be meeting with him. May 7th, we're going to be conducting a mock crash at the high school. Talking to the juniors and seniors over there about some of the dangers involved in that and kind of the realities of those kinds of situations and how they work. I've been working on budget planning, and just with that in mind, just so everybody's aware, I'm going to go ahead and begin the process for bidding on vehicles, because that is such a drawn-out process. I'd like to get ahead of it. And that's all I got.
Okay. I see no one for the fire department, so we'll move on to items from the floor. So would you two young ladies from Early Childhood Development like to start that for us, please?
Good evening. I'm Cammie Mann. I am the Director of Special Ed Services for Wyoming Child and Family Development. And
I'm Chelsea Phillips. I'm the Center Director over there at the center
here in Glen Rock. So we continue to provide free preschool services to kids in 9 counties. We have 13 sites in those 9 counties. We provide the developmental services, though, in 6 of those counties, and we continue to be the CDC here in Glen Rock providing those services. Currently, we have about 46 children throughout the community that are receiving either speech services, occupational therapy, physical therapy through our therapists that we provide. We also provide, or Chelsea and her staff provide, monthly screenings to the children in the community, and so they're doing PR, trying to get all of the kiddos between the ages of birth and 5 into her center so that they can be screening them for their hearing and vision, also those developmental areas. Local match funds. Every year, we're so thankful you guys continue to support our program, because those funds allow us to continue to provide those free services to families and also to the children. This last year, we've added, we've had some kiddos with hearing impairment, and so we've added a lot of audiology services and things like that. So those funds also help us to help the families get those children to those audiology exams. We're lucky that Casper is as close as they are because we have a pediatric audiologist there that we send our kids to for follow-up in that area in particular. So tonight we're just here because, again, for the local match, the City of Glen Rock, I believe, in the past has historically donated $5,000 to our program. And so we just, again, appreciate that continued support and hope that you guys can continue to support the children in your community. Anything you would add, Chelsea?
Just really appreciate the support we already get from you guys, and I hope to get out there and make some more connections with everybody since I am new in this role, and I look forward to meeting you all more.
Thank you for your program. 25 years of teaching in the public school, you have no idea the value that program has for young children. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think early intervention, obviously that's why I'm in the world of special ed, is because early intervention is key. It's very important for those children.
Excellent.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does every town have a child, have a site?
So all of the regions, so the state of Wyoming is divided up into 14 regions. We are considered Region 10. So Region 10, we cover, as far as developmental services, we have Glen Rock, Douglas, Torrington, Lusk, Guernsey, and Wheatland. That's where we provide the services for. All of the other regions across the state have child development centers, or just named a little different. So in Casper, for instance, we have the Head Start programs there, but the CDC there is the CDC of Casper, and they go in and they provide services to our kids in our Head Start programs. So,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you
We're-
guys
we're
very
go-
much. Have a good evening.
We're going over allocation stuff, and we'll be doing budget soon, so.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
you guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Any other items from the floor?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Sue Dills. Hey, I just want to ask for clarification on a couple of things. I heard this week from one of my renters that there's talk out there that a date has been set for kicking her off, Judy Butcher, at the end of August. So I'm wondering if there's something that I missed.
If you missed it, I missed it.
I was going to say, I think
Okay.
I must have missed it too.
Okay,
Yeah, we must have missed
To
it.
be honest,
because-
if you missed that, I missed that too, because I've not heard that.
okay, all right.
Must be stirred.
And the second thing is, I left a little confused after last week's meeting because I guess I need clarification on why we're being denied the use of our property. Because it started out, I thought, because we didn't have any bathrooms, and then last week you mentioned the zoning. So is it bathrooms or is it zoning?
Kind of falls on all of it right now, Sue, but I know our town attorney reached out to you, and she says she's had no response back from
She
you.
didn't reach out to me. I haven't gotten anything from the town attorney.
She said she's called you on your cell phone and your husband. And she's supposed to be here this evening. I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you that information. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just telling you what's going on.
Well,
That she's tried to make contact with both of you.
Well, okay. Well, I guess I need to find out what her number is because I know Craig doesn't carry his phone, but I carry mine all the time. So, and
I know she's
nobody's
running
left,
late this evening, and she's supposed to be here. So.
nobody left any messages for me to return a call or anything. So, thank you.
Any other items from the floor?
Mayor and Council, I'm Jerry Redding. Got a concern. When you go to the grocery store over here and you get out on the street, the Baptist church, now the people park so that they're diagonal, and invariably there's a four-wheel drive, a four-door pickup sitting there, and you cannot get out in that street until you're halfway out in the street to see if anything's coming from the south. And I'm wondering if the council can do something about either the parking there and make that a parallel parking, or put a mirror across the street, concave mirror, so that you can see the traffic coming, because it is definitely dangerous. And since you fixed the street and it's like a boulevard, the cars.
We did fix both streets, yes.
The cars are flying down that street.
Well, we can see
And,
if
and I just got a car, so I don't have a.
we can, I can talk to John, and we can probably have a meeting with the church. There's a possibility right there, since that's all low curb and stuff, that we make part of those parking spots. Our first one's on Second Street to the south, maybe handicap parking, so you don't have a big vehicle sitting there most of the time.
Yeah,
We'll just have a discussion with them about that, because that is a concern. If you're I would say if you're in a car, you have a hard time. You got to pull out in the street quite a ways to look.
You do.
Or we change the parking there from diagonal to parallel parking. So.
Yeah.
Jerry, is that always there, that truck? Is that truck always there?
Well,
I know which one you're
it's
talking about.
it's there usually on Sunday, and if you go to the grocery store, it's parked right there at the first one off that corner.
Okay.
And then I've seen it there, but on maybe a Wednesday or a Tuesday,
Okay.
it's parked there. So, yeah, if they can park the other way or something, so a person don't have to get clear out in the street. I know I'm not the only one that
it's hard to
drives a
see
little
there.
car, that.
I think that's a staff with the hospital, or with the church. And
Could possibly.
There's probably something we can work.
Yeah, we can have a meeting with them and talk to them
just-
about parking there, and if we can't do something to kind of help that corner, because it is pretty blind if a big vehicle's parked there.
Yeah.
But we'll get in contact with them and see what we can do.
Just so we don't get somebody killed,
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other items from the floor? Okay, under old business, we have ordinance number 552, an ordinance adding minor boundary changes, third and final reading. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve ordinance 752 on third and final reading.
Is there a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Has there been any changes?
No, not that I know of. Still the same what he gave us. If there's no discussion, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. That one's a long one. Our next order of business under new business is Resolution 2025-4, a resolution authorizing the donation of a municipal vehicle to Elevate Glen Rock, whereas the town of Glen Rock is a lawful owner of a Chevy Tahoe identified VIN number, I'm not going to read it, which has been deemed surplus to the needs of the municipality, and whereas the Glen Rock Elevate, a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization located in Glen Rock, Wyoming, provides services associated with the Chamber of Commerce, economic development, therefore serving the residents and improving the quality of life in the community. Whereas the town council is determined that the donation of the surplus vehicle will serve as a public purpose for supporting the value work carried out by Elevate, and now therefore it be resolved by the town of Glen Rock Town Council, as follows. Approval of donation of the town council hereby authorize the donation of the Chevy Tahoe to Elevate for the use in their community service operation. As is conditioned, the vehicle shall be transferred as is conditioned without any warranties, guarantees, or expressed or implied. Execution of document, the mayor, the town clerk, and other authorized officials is hereby authorized to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate the donation transfer to the owner of ownership. Effective, the resolution shall become effective immediately upon its adoption, passed and approved the 14th day of April 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I think this is a really nice thing to do. I hope that helps that organization. I like that.
I think it'll help them a lot. They move a lot of things, and that vehicle has, it was, with what it was used for, there's part of most of the seats are gone, so they need space in the vehicle that they can haul things, so it'll work out great for them, I believe. So, if there is no other discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Our next order of business is bills and claims. Is there a motion?
I move we pay our bills and claims.
Motion?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on bills and claims?
Is there anything in there for the flagpole at Boys and Girls Club?
John has ordered a reel of stainless steel cable to rebuild it himself. Okay, any other questions on bills and claims? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Is there anything else to come before this meeting this evening before I ask for a motion to adjourn? Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I move that we adjourn our council meeting tonight.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.